Well, on this Friday morning, I'm sure a lot of people have some great weekend plans that they're looking forward to. So let's get right over to meteorologist Thomas Patrick. Because Thomas, you've got our whole forecast for us. Is Friday going to be a good day to get out and enjoy some fall activities?
Oh, just put yesterday's weather out of your mind, and that should set the stage for today's forecast. If you're doing anything today, for me, it's going to be a lot of sports activity. Helping out with our Friday football coverage for tonight. Your evening games this evening, looking good. I mean, it does get cool once the sun goes down, but weather-wise, not going to need the ponchos at minimum out there. It's 54 at the moment. Our temperatures have hardly budged over the last 24 hours thanks to that rainfall that we had yesterday. Nice beneficial rain, so that's certainly the positive spin on it, but I think we're over it for today. So let's just get rid of that cloud cover and see more sunshine. Might take a couple hours here unless you're in central Washington. You see a little bit of maybe some drizzle or some sprinkles. Still spinning into far north Idaho, but a far cry from yesterday's weather. That was a soaker overall for Thursday, but expect the sunshine to return by the midday or the afternoon hours. The weekend, definitely going to need the shades. And if you're heading outside, that is beautiful weather for the first 2 days of October. 78 degrees both days. And that's not even the warmest that I have in the upcoming forecast. We'll show you just how warm and how far above average temperatures will be for the first stage of October in my forecast in a couple minutes.
Well, a traffic alert this morning. Spokane Falls Boulevard between Wall and Monroe Street is closed right now, and it will not reopen until tonight at 7. We're taking a live look at the street right now, and as you can see, there are lots of cones, detour signs, and even lights directing traffic away from this area. This is also that Avista Utilities can take down a crane that's been cleaning the Spokane River. One lane will still be open, as you can see right there, for people to access the River Park Square and Central Library parking garages. However, if you need to go to City Hall, there will be flaggers there in the area to let you through. This morning, we are taking a live look at Charleston, South Carolina, where Hurricane Ian will make landfall today. Ian is now a Category 1 storm this morning after being upgraded from a tropical storm. Now, seeing the damage already done in Florida, people in the Carolinas are doing their best to prepare as the storm heads their way. Authorities confirming at least 12 people have died after Hurricane Ian tore across Florida earlier this week. However, that number could increase significantly as crews assess the damage. In an advisory message this morning, the National Hurricane Center says hurricane force winds are expected along the Carolinas coast with the danger of a storm surge.
This storm can still be dangerous and even deadly. Heavy rains, up to 7 inches in some areas, are likely to bring flooding. Landslides are a threat in our mountains, and there's a chance of tornadoes statewide.
President Biden has already declared an emergency in South Carolina. He ordered federal assistance to supplement state, tribal, and local response efforts. Now, yesterday, the president made a visit to FEMA headquarters to address the ongoing federal response to Hurricane Ian. Right now, long-term planning for Florida's recovery is already underway. The president personally thanked workers with FEMA after he received a briefing on the storm. Now, President Biden has approved federal disaster funds for at least 9 Florida counties, and the White House says more areas could be added as officials evaluate the damage. The FEMA administrator is expected to travel to Florida today to check on the response efforts.
My message to the people of Florida and to the country is, at times like this, America comes together. This is about saving people's lives, homes, and businesses.
President Biden says that he plans to go to Florida to thank rescue workers in person. He also says he wants to go to Puerto Rico following the damage there from Hurricane Fiona. Overnight in downtown Spokane, city code enforcement is telling a homeless shelter that they have to shut down due to several safety code violations. The shelter, God's Love International, opened in August, and last week the city sent a letter to the organization giving them until October 14th to make the necessary changes. But earlier this week, officials discovered a serious fire code violation, and the fire marshal ordered the shelter to shut down by today. But the notice had a typo, saying that the building had to be empty by yesterday.
We have done everything that we can possibly do to meet what they have told me to do, and they keep saying that we haven't.
Dozens of people packed up and had to leave the shelter last night. 8 of them went to the Trent shelter. Now, right now, the Trent shelter is closed to walk-ins after 4 people tested positive for COVID-19. The city of Spokane says that they will be reevaluating the situation later today after guidance from the Spokane Regional Health District. Now, all of this comes as the Washington Department of Transportation prepares to put up a fence at the homeless encampment near I-90. KREM 2's Janelle Finch was at the camp yesterday as WashDOT began clearing the area.
Yesterday, I was here at 9 a.m. watching state cleanup crews throw out old dog beds, wood, plastic chairs, tires, bikes, and all kinds of trash. The camp and the Washington State Department of Transportation have cleared the way for a new security fence. Now, the camp waits for WashDOT to install it. Soon, the homeless encampment near I-90 and Freya will be lined with a security fence. But before that, site manager Maurice Smith says the camp had some cleaning up to do.
The idea of putting up a fence is not to declare any form of permanency. The purpose of the fence is to solve some immediate issues. Neighborhood security, camp security, we need that.
According to WashDOT, the goal is to have the fence up before this weekend. At last check, WashDOT is on track to meet that goal, meaning the fence could be up as early as today. In Spokane, Janelle Finch, KREM 2 News.
It's 6:07. Let's take a look at your morning rush. More news in less time. Overnight, Idaho State Police say that a 74-year-old female hit a 32-year-old male head on. This crash happened around midnight on Interstate 90 near milepost 3. Both drivers were taken to the hospital. Sadly, the female driver died shortly after arriving. ISP says that several other vehicles were damaged from driving over the debris from the crash. Well, federal officials served a search warrant at the Spokane Hells Angels clubhouse on East Sprague. Spokane police say that the warrant was a joint investigation between them and federal investigators. Right now, that warrant is sealed, but more information is expected to come in the following days.